yes, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic. Got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Neecee Lexy. This is Boss Up with me, Gold Star Edition. And in today's episode, I'm going to be giving you guys 10 best advice for female entrepreneur or anybody that wanted to become an entrepreneur. You're currently thinking about ideas or you establish your brand and you would like to scale it forward. So today, as the title mentioned, this is basically the 10 advice for any female founders or any female entrepreneur, female CEO that they want to be able to take into consideration when building their brand. So some of this stuff actually coming in going to be from a personal experience, other is from my mentors or books that I have read. And I feel like it's very essential for a female entrepreneur or for a CEO and a founder to be able to have a level-headed type of advice and a mindset in order to carry on and making sure that they establish a brand that is going to last. And that is why I have actually built this particular segment in order to help a lot of my sisters out there and some of the boss ladies and CEO who are basically watching me or inspired by some of the work that I do here in Neecee Lexy. Without further ado, if you're new here, I'm Neecee Lexy. I'm a content creator, digital marketer, as well as a blogger. And welcome for joining us. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with my weekly videos that I post here, either by the Boss Up with me or some of my live interviews with other entrepreneurs from around the globe. And if you want to learn how to scale your business as well as having a digital marketing tips and tricks, you can go to my website at www.neeseelexy.com/elearning. And I also post some free articles in there to be able to kind of help you and optimize your business properly and able to scale with some of the digital marketing experience that I have been working on for the past few years. And without further ado, let's get into the video and talk about what is the top 10 advice for any young female founders or CEOs or any young inspired entrepreneurs today. So number one, I would say is learn to say no and be confident early on, especially if you're entering this industry as an entrepreneur, as a CEO. You cannot be super delicate in just kind of saying yes to a lot of things, because when you say to a lot of projects, when you say to a lot of opportunity that come to you, sometimes this opportunity might not be good for you. So it's very important for you to learn how to say no very early on, so that way you can stay kind of focused with the track, stay focused with the purpose and the idea of what you want to do, as opposed to kind of grabbing everything that comes to you. And sometimes you even need to learn to say no to friends and family or no to business partners, because not every single thing that is handed into your table is going to be beneficial for your business or for your company or for your idea. So that is why it's very important for you as a CEO, as a boss lady, to learn to effectively know how to say no from the start. That is number one. I actually had to learn this the hard way. I know initially when I started my journey as an entrepreneur, about 2 years in, I was constantly saying yes to things. I was constantly putting and delaying my project behind because I was always saying yes to a lot of new opportunity. I wanted to do everything, and I also don't want to disappoint people. And because of that, whenever I say yes to somebody or a new opportunity that comes in, I'll make sure that I put my 110% in it. And sometimes that means I'm pushing back my own project. I'm pushing back some of the stuff that I do, until very recently in the past 2020, that's when I started to kind of refocus and putting a lot of efforts into my business and putting a lot of these. And I actually saw a tremendous result, because now I know what type of things I can say yes to and what type of things I can say no to. So that's why it's very important for you to learn to say no early on to avoid any headache. The second advice I would say is also practice respect, integrity, and character. As a young female, obviously a lot of times we are super young coming into this business industry. Some people would take you for granted, and some people might not be able to kind of like, give you the respect that you need. And that is why it's very important for you to know who you are and to know your self-worth, to know what you can do and you cannot do, and do not jeopardize your own personal integrity, your own self-respect, your own character, in order for you just to secure a deal, to secure any opportunity that comes into your table. Know your self-worth, know who you are as an individual, and know exactly what you want. So that way, when you walk into a room and you see that there's people that are big enough that can change your life, but if their value and if your self-respect is actually on the line, do not do it. Learn to be able to have self-respect, learn to be able to have integrity, because this will be able to kind of be the roots and the foundation for you to be able to build a longevity, to be able to establish a brand that would last forever. Because people, when they become really familiar with your brand, when they start to kind of discover you, they're going to know what you value, what you impact, and what some of their respect and integrity. If people can respect your work, they can have an integrity towards your work, and you're able to do that, your brand is more likely to last longer, as opposed to just kind of, you're all and about and doing things that are unethical for your own personal sake, just to gain hype. Don't try to chase cloud. Try to be very articulate with what you bring to the table, and also know your self-worth. That is one thing I would say, is that respect, integrity, and character. Your character matters as a CEO, because that is also something how you're going to be able to establish your brand, and also train some other people that are coming into your company what type of culture you wanted to be able to carry on. Let's say when you decided to retire, or when you decided to pass on your brand to somebody else, what kind of things are you going to be passing on, and would your company actually last when you're not there? So these are some things that you need to be able to do. And I realized early on when I was doing this, sometimes I will be having shows or be having events that I'm hosting into, and I can't be there physically. So there are other people that would actually go on my behalf and cover it, because they respect me enough to be like, that this is Lexy brand, and Lexy carries herself differently. And if we're going to be taking this project on her behalf, we need to also have the same level of respect, the same level of character that she exudes or brings to the table when she's not around. And that is something that you need to be able to establish that early on as a CEO or as a founder for your brand. I would say try to be very direct, bold about yourself. You cannot be half-assing everything because you feel like it or you don't want to do like it. Right today, for example, this video, I don't want to do it because I was feeling bored and I wasn't feeling that I needed to actually be on camera, but because I know I have a commitment of producing this content every Friday. It doesn't matter whether how I'm feeling that day or what other things are going on in my life. I need to still kind of get up, get dressed, and make sure that I'm staying consistent, and I make sure that I am staying true to what I said, my words. So that is why it's very important for you as a CEO and as a female entrepreneur to be able to be very direct by yourself, and to be able to be very bold as to what you say. You cannot say one thing today and then tomorrow not do it. You have to hold yourself accountable for the things that you say, so that way people can also resonate and respect the fact that you are delivering what you say. You're not just kind of basically wish-washing things. You have to walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And that is why being direct, it's going to be very important for you, especially when you're giving direction, when you're telling people what exactly that you want it to be done, they'll be able to do it properly. Number 4, I would say listen to your instinct, listen to your gut feeling. A lot of times as a female, we do have a very, very gifted spirit of knowing when things are going wrong or when things are going right. So that's why we have the intuition, and try to listen to your intuition. And your intuition sometimes will save you in so many ways. Even like, for example, in a relationship, whenever you feel like there's something wrong, or whatever you kind of like second doubt, or feel that there's something that is either going right or wrong, your intuition is always 100% right. And that's why whenever you ignore it, and then when things actually go down, you're like, oh damn, I wish I listened to my gut feeling, or I wish I listened to my intuition. That is the same thing with your business. As a female CEO, you gotta have to trust your gut. You gotta have to listen to your gut feeling, whether these deals is going to be valuable for you, or whether this deal is going to go wrong, and whether this partnership with this particular brand or this particular people are actually going to be worth the while or not. All of these are going to be essential for you, and that is why you need to also listen to your gut feeling. Number 5, I would say, do not quit. Even do not quit. So there are going to be days where it's really hard. There are going to be days where it's really amazing. You getting all the accomplishment. People are rewarding you. People are congratulating you on all of those. Those are the happy days. Those are the good days. Those are the days that a lot of people might not know what happened behind the scene. They're just going to say congratulations for the work that is done. So as an entrepreneur, you need to learn that, not everything is going to work out, but that doesn't mean you have to quit. Whether if it's a financial constraint, it's going to go by. Before you know it, in 3 years, you will make it. If it's timing, if it's that you don't have enough team, you don't have support, keep working on yourself, keep on establishing your brand. Because once you start putting yourself out there, once you start putting more investment into yourself, the people that are watching you grow, they're the one actually going to be like, you know what, this person is actually doing something amazing. This person is doing an idea that is going to help and impact the society. Let's actually reach out to her and support her with anything that she might need. So that is why you need to learn not to quit. And even if you fail, keep on going. And it is okay for some ideas not to work, and it's okay for you to be able to kind of go back and evaluate why it didn't work. What other things can you do to make it work? And do you need to go back to school? Do you need to recruit other people that know exactly what they do in order for this plan to go well? So all of this stuff you need to be able to do before quitting, before throwing the towel. And I would say the next advice is, don't ever let anyone speak for yourself. That is also goes the same thing with being direct on ball. As a CEO, you got to learn how to speak for yourself. You got to learn how to speak your mind and articulate exactly what is that you want. If you let people walk or speak on your behalf, 99% of the time, they're not going to be speaking the ideas that you wanted to exude. They're not going to be speaking the power of how you're going to be holding your brand. So why let somebody else speak your dream when you know exactly what you want out of your dream, when you know exactly how you want to get it done? So you have to be able to have that power of speaking for yourself. And this kind of goes back to my next advice is own your own personal power, because once you know yourself, you're very confident, you're bold, you will own that power to yourself, and you'll be able to have a voice for your brand, and your brand will grow. Once you establish the personal brand and you establish the voice of your brand will be able to go even bigger and better. So these are some things that you need to be able to do as a CEO, as a founder, as a female entrepreneur. When you're entering this industry, it doesn't matter what type of job you're going to be doing, whether it's makeup, whether it's tech, whether it is business, whatever that is, as long as you are the founder and your chief executive operation of your business, of your life, you gotta be able to own that power and be very bold on it, and also have the integrity and a character to be able to exude that stuff. And I would say another advice is also take yourself seriously. And don't worry about what other people are saying. When you take yourself seriously, you know your self-worth. You know what you bring to the table. You know that the market is waiting for you. You know that your ideas is going to excel. It doesn't matter if it's going to take you 1 year or 10 years. You know that you can be able to make it happen. And that is why you need to be able to take yourself very seriously when you're entering this industry, because this journey, you're going to be walking it alone for a long time before everybody else start following you. So you have to set the example. You have to pave the way. You have to be able to walk a mile. You have to be able to, whenever there's doubt, whenever there is days where you're not really sure about it, you gotta have to take it really seriously. And the other advice I would say, be very clear with your vision and do not conflict it with other people's advice. In this journey of a business, a lot of people are going to be coming and giving you advice or trying to advise you in certain things that some of them might be good, some of them might be bad. And not every single advice that you receive is going to be beneficial to you. So you need to know when to turn people off and when to actually accept those advice, because somebody else cannot be speaking your dream. So you know how you want it done and you know how you want it to go about it. So why kind of give that power to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? So be very clear with your vision. Be very clear with your vision. And then also, I would say lastly is just get on it and start doing it. What's the point of like lingering around? I know there's days of the month where we're not really feeling it, but even on those days, you want to be able to get up. Your dream does not wait for you. You have to go out there and make it happen. So put on those superwoman power cape on, go out there, chase your dream, make it happen. And I would love to see you guys all succeed. So without further ado, I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay alert when I drop my next episode. And for those who are new here, welcome and joining us today. And I will see you guys next time.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic. Got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play